Oh, Mr. Elson, I'd like to outline right
Oh, yeah.
This mission is top secret. You've proven yourself to be a charming, lovable actor.
Thank you.
But this will be your toughest role yet. This fall, you're going back to school, Adam Devine. We need you to infiltrate a college campus undercover. We've assigned you a partner.
Like a Delta Force agent, or an elite level hacker, or like a third thing?
Not exactly. He's got heart, he's got passion, and he's my boss. So I couldn't say no when he volunteered for this.
You ready, Mr. Vice President?
It's rock and roll, man.
You will have to blend in.
Hey there, fellow college student.
Check the Joe on the left.
It's okay, they're just friends of mine on the football team.
Clear. You're gonna have to learn the lingo.
And we were on Fleek. It was like mega Fleek, you know? It's like hashtag. I say it's a hashtag blessed. Hashtag squad goals. It was some trill, right? It was trill.
Keep your story straight.
So I'm back at the White House. I'm talking to Barack Obama. I mean, I'm at the frat house, so watching a program about llamas on YouTube, you know?
And most importantly, find a way to get the message out.
Hey, folks, I have a confession to make. I'm not a college student. I'm Vice President Joe Biden. Next thing, he ain't a college student either. He's Adam Devine. No, we went undercover.
Sir, I wouldn't mind if I could take it from here. I'm kind of a celebrity, so I'm used to giving speeches. As Vice President Biden just said, we have an important message to deliver here tonight, and that message, the message is.
Adam!
Yeah, no, I got it. Yeah, definitely. Is it like stay in school? Is that
No, Adam. Our message is serious. 1 in 5 women and 1 in 16 men are sexually assaulted by the time they leave college. And we can all work together to change that.
Wow, okay. That is way above my pay grade, so I am not qualified to talk about that.
Look, that's the point. You are qualified. Everyone in this room is qualified. It's on all of us to change the culture and prevent sexual assault.
So, like, if you see, like, a buddy, and he's talking to someone that's too drunk to consent, you tell that buddy, like, yo, buddy, chill. And then you make sure that drunk person gets home safe, right?
Exactly. You got this. It's easy to make a difference this school year. So go take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Because college should be a safe place for everybody. Now, let's all work together to make it that way. Who's with us?
Okay, so, sorry, going back. So as you can see, Joe Biden, he's not the typical vice president that everybody knows. He's more than that. He's a personality. He has a charismatic persona that makes him so popular and has won himself into the heart of many Americans. His charisma makes him shine as a speaker, as you've seen in this little video, and it really brings him in a positive image among the public. So he's warm and caring, he has that sense of humor, he has that twinkle in his eye when he smiles, and that's Joe Biden. So today we're going to be talking about his early life to start off, and then we're going to be talking about his early political career, and then we'll be talking about what he did during his vice presidency, and finally his internet popularity. So let's start off with his early life.
Okay. His early life. Okay. Biden was born in Scranton, Pennsylvania in 1942. He lived there for 10 years, and then he lived there for 10 years before moving to Delaware. He became an attorney in 1969. He was first elected to the Senate in 1972 and became the 6th youngest senator in the U.S. history. He became the first Roman Catholic and the first Delawarean to be vice president of the U.S. He earned his BA in 1965 at University of Delaware. He had a double major in history and political science, graduated with a class rank of 506 out of 688. Then he entered Syracuse University of Law, received his Juris Doctor in 1968. He was the first of 4 siblings in a Catholic family. Biden attended an academy in Delaware. He was on the football team and the baseball team. He was an above average student. He was the natural leader to any of his classmates. He was class president for 2 years, his junior and senior year. He suffered from stuttering through much of his childhood. It went into his 20s. He overcame it by reciting poetry in front of a mirror for like hours and hours. And then his early life, he had a lot of tragic accidents that happened. With his first wife, he had 3 kids. They got in a car accident. His daughter and wife passed away, and then both his sons were in the hospital. And then both his sons were okay, but early on, one of his sons, age of 46, he passed away, brain cancer. He served in Iraq. It was a 2-year battle for him. And then now he remarried, he has another daughter. And that's a little bit about Joe Biden and his early life. And the reason why I chose Joe Biden is because even though with all the tragic things that happened to him, he still overcame it and is still a great guy overall. So that's why I chose him.
Alright, so let me talk about Joe Biden's early political career rather than personal. So, first things off is that Joe Biden became the first and became one of the youngest senators in U.S. history by only at the age of 29 by defeating an elector going by the name of, J. Cable Bog. Well, believe it or not, when he ran for the senator, he really didn't have much funding to his career or nothing. Like he, believe it or not, all his campaigning, all the things he's done to get his word out for Delaware, was mostly done by his family. His parents went out on the streets, pointing signs. Believe it or not, his own sister was his own campaign director. And believe it or not, after everything that has been said and done, most people thought he would lose, and then the underdog came in and took in the spots. And he's a very passionate speaker when he spoke with people. Like he had his own law firm. He was a very busy man. And at a time when he was running his own law firm and running for senator, he even has his first child in 1971. So, and he's also one of the longest running senators running for Delaware. You know, he ran for the senator's position and kept it for 36 years. And that's very low. That's why he's definitely going for it. And he's very well respected in his Senate chair. He was mainly the person to look to and one of the top brass members for the Foreign Policy Committee. And as one can tell, when you see like the way he looks, his smile, his charm, it actually helps him and it helps kind of explain how he's so good at his job because he's very friendly. He gets to talk to people. He goes, hey, how's it going? What's up? Like not always business because it's always straight business. You won't get much friends, and that's how you kind of build up your reputation over that. And believe it or not, Joe Biden, I'm pretty sure all aware of the 2008 election. Joe Biden actually ran against President Obama in elections, and he was a very low underdog, but he still got quite large supporters in the Delaware states. So, and he ran 2 times actually, one in 1988 and one in 2008. He lost both sadly, but in 2008 election he was offered a VP's position from President Obama under his administration, and he gladly accepted it. Now, one of the reasons why I chose for Joe Biden was because of how in his life he had his own law firm, he owned his own law firm, and became a senator on 3 years straight running in a young kid. So it really is admiring how organized and how mentally strong he is to be able to handle all that when most people would think it's too much or how things escalate so quickly in his life. And and that he very radiates that when he talks to people, and he shows how like he's able to handle everything, how tough he is. And that's something I really want to get to. Alright, so moving on, we're gonna go to more of his current political stance on VP, and JJ, take it away.
Well, generally, what a job for a vice president is to have three duties. One is to have authority over the Senate. The second one is to vote if the Senate has a tie, and the third one is to take over the presidency if the president does. Joe Biden, however, does more than those responsibilities. And the first one is it's on us campaign. And let me talk a little bit of how it started and how it led to that. In 1990, during the senator days, he wrote the Violence Against Women Act, also known as VAWA. As vice president, he has continued to advance, to advocate on behalf of women. He started a campaign called One's Too Many, which in 2011, which ensured that students can pursue their education free from violence. He traveled visiting college campuses and talking to students, survivors, and he asked each one of them what they can do, what he and the government can do to better support them. And they all answered that men should get involved too. As a result, in 2014, he started It's On Us campaign. And it encouraged the public to take a pledge and to take a pledge to intervene in situations where sexual assault is taking place. Moving on to the cancer initiative, he got into cancer research because his son, Beau Biden, died of brain cancer in May 2015. Because of this tragedy, he called for a moonshot to cure cancer. He brought the urgency to the government, and in early 2016, the White House established the Cancer Moonshot Task Force, along with the Blue Ribbon panel of experts. He leads this initiative, which aims to boost career research, care, and ultimately find a cure. He makes calls to generate support and travels the country meeting with top experts to better understand how they can improve finding a better treatment and prevention and the cure. I chose Joe Biden because I admire that he's doing both these campaigns, and when he speaks at the campaigns, he's interesting, he's calm, and it doesn't seem nervous at all. And he's also persuasive, and it doesn't seem like he tries to be persuasive, but it's still interesting. I like to be just as a great speaker as him, and all those are the reasons why he inspired me. Moving on.
So, not many vice presidents, let alone political figures, can say they have a following on the internet. And Joe Biden really has exploded on the internet, and I'm going to show you now because he's a very popular subject of memes. If you've been on Facebook or on Twitter, you've probably seen some of them. He's kind of like, you know, that goofy grandpa that you have that does like weird things, like picks up change on the floor and says, "Look, I found 2 quarters." Or he's like, you know, defending his buddy Obama. The bromance between him and Obama is very much documented on the internet. And it seems to be something that younger generations like us are really fascinated with because we are really contributing to that meme culture. You can kind of relate to Biden, and he has that goofy personality, that sense of humor. And I personally chose him because I think he's hilarious, and I love seeing his face on my feed, on my Twitter. And he's got that twinkle in his eye. He's got that warm, like you want to give him a hug kind of vibe. So, with his warm sense of humor humor, charming personality, and goofy actions, Joe has made his way into the heart of many Americans. With all jokes aside, Biden has shown himself to overcome hardships in his life that led him to develop a political career. His passion for preventing sexual assault and funding cancer research made him an efficient vice president. And thanks for the past 8 years, Joe. We will miss you.